It's this kind of behavior that is so insidious with female relationships, in my opinion.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
What's up, guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about female friendships as seen through the lens of White Lotus season 3. One, because I almost never get to talk about TV shows because I don't watch a lot of them, especially not when they're coming out like episode to episode, but this one I am because it's part of my, and we'll get there, slow Monday morning routine. But also because it perfectly exemplifies exactly what I'm talking about with my experience with female friendships. So before we get into that, I want to continue the tradition of talking about something that I'm doing to improve my life on a day-to-day basis. One little tidbit and one little view into my life without making a whole damn video about it. This time, I'm going to talk about how when I'm feeling down, which is happening today because I'm approaching day 3 before my period, I try to have a slower morning, take things slowly, and ask myself, what is it that I can do today? Fortunately, I didn't have a crazy docket for my day today, but I decided to take a walk, try a new coffee, get a little snack at Starbucks, even though it's supposed to be a fast day, but it's the only thing I'll eat, so I'm not going overboard and making myself feel bad and not like holding myself to my fitness standards, and then slowly watching the newest episode, which at the time of filming is episode 6 of White Lotus. And it really got me thinking, since episode 1, how striking the similarity is between those 3 women that I think they're like in their 40s or something at the resort, how they interact, and how I've experienced female relationships starting from freaking middle school until now. Very striking. I'm wearing an appropriate dress too because this is what you might actually see me wearing at some kind of resort on vacation, and I thought I would go get my hair done and look all cute, even though I definitely don't have to do that for a YouTube video, because that's another thing that makes me feel better about myself and makes me feel more relaxed when I'm stressed out. And I actually kind of feel like I'm back to being myself because I did this little regimen. So the basis for the thing I'm doing to improve my life is to just do things that make me feel happy and myself when I'm not feeling as happy and not feeling myself, and that was the whole diatribe I just went on. Anyway, so White Lotus is a show that for me is kind of like a guilty pleasure. Hunter isn't interested in it, and we don't watch a lot of TV, so this is really the only thing I feel comfortable watching alone because it's, for me, just guilty pleasure. For him, not interesting at all. The reason I like this show is because it's like an intro into like a psychological perspective on like watching people's body language and seeing different traits unfold in a person. It's almost like each person in the show has a little developing arc that's kind of interesting, and it's really hard to explain, but it tickles my basest need for watching people's reactions to things and their psychology, and it's just kind of interesting. It's basically like my version of watching reality TV. Both are just as real, except for mine has real actors that are actually good. So I enjoy watching it. I couldn't get through season 1. Let me know if you liked season 1 at all. I watched like 2 episodes and I couldn't do it, but season 3 is my favorite so far. I really liked Stifler's mom in season 2. She was actually kind of funny. That's why I mainly watched that one. But another thing that I really like about the series, if you're like me and you love cinematics and aesthetics and cinematography, it really gets you in that too. And I've been wanting to go to Thailand, and this one was filmed at the Four Seasons in Thailand, so it's just stunningly beautiful video of monkeys and seashore and just pretty stuff, and that is another guilty pleasure of mine in TV or movies. So anyway, there are these 3 women. They're probably in their mid-40s, and they're at this resort as kind of like a girls' trip to reconnect. They've been friends since high school, and there are quite a few instances in the show from episode 1 until episode 6 where it's kind of coming to a head. We'll see what happens in the next episodes. Whenever 2 out of the 3 women are isolated, they always have to talk about the other person. One of the women is an actress that's kind of famous, and she has a younger boyfriend, and they're obsessed with each other and stuff. Another one is a lawyer that has to pay palimony to her husband, who is a deadbeat after they're divorced. And the third one is kind of like a God-fearing, sweet mom who has a really good husband, right? So they all have something to covet of the others, and whenever 2 are isolated from the third, there's always a bunch of shit talking. One of them is like, oh my God, she says she's so into her man, but he's younger than her, he's probably cheating. Oh my God, she's so vapid and vain. And in between every sly comment that they say, there's always something like, oh, but I love that for her. Oh, I love her. Oh, she's so great.
Love her so much.
I do too. I just worry about her.
She did drink like a whole bottle tonight.
More than that.
And even in the first or second episode, I think, one of the girls, while isolated, feels isolated from the group and begins to cry in her hotel room. It's this kind of behavior that is so insidious with female relationships, in my opinion. And how do we combat this? I don't really know. I think there's a level of emotional intelligence that you have to have as a female to not do this kind of thing, because I think we're slightly wired. I don't like to talk too much about evolutionary psychology because it has a sordid past where a lot of people don't agree on its application to present, but I still think we have those baser instincts to compete with each other. And with three high-powered women with objectively some flaws in their lives and also objectively some things to covet, instead of having supportive girlfriends, you're probably going to have girls that are going to covet those things and talk shit behind your back in order to bring favor to you and rather that other girl that's not there with the other girls. And that's just the relationships that I've had in my life as well. It's like these girls talk you up so much. Girls are really, really good at talking other girls up. In fact, I like the small talk of a girl in passing where she's like, oh my God, I love your hair. Like, I just got my hair done today because I'm being extra because I want to feel nice, like I said in the beginning. And the girl at the counter, she had glasses very similar to mine, the ones that I showed you in the last video, which was about girls. If you saw that, I now wear glasses occasionally. And I was like, oh my God, I have those glasses. They look so gorgeous on you. And she's like, oh my God, I bet they look gorgeous on you too. You're so gorgeous. And that's like cute, but like you never know the honesty and how genuine that is. Even though like for me, I just choose in passing to take it as like face value. Like it's a nice little compliment or whatever. But the same girl who says stuff like that, if you happen to have her in a girl circle, will turn around and say things to bring you down to other people. So it's almost like they have this insidious way of bringing you closer to them with fakeness and then pushing other people away from you and making you look bad in front of other people or airing their jealousy and grievance in a way that seems okay and logical. Like in the show, in White Lotus, the first conversation that was about the other girl was done under a pretense that was like, oh my gosh, I'm worried about her. You gotta watch the girls who will say stuff like, I'm worried about my other friend. Because it's like, are you really worried about her or are you trying to put a thought into someone else's head about her? Which is so crazy, right? Like, I don't understand being so snaky, and it so naturally comes to so many women. The idea behind the evolutionary psychology is that all women are vying for a high-powered mate. So they don't really get along well together or bring each other up because bringing each other up would theoretically to the insecure woman bring her down, which is not the case, obviously. In fact, most guys and most people are gonna like you better if you're not shit-talking other people and being negative. Like, that's just a fact. And if you talk good about your friend, the guy's not just gonna be like, oh, I now see how hot your friend is, peace, bitch. They're gonna be like, oh, what a nice person to be around. Cool, I wanna meet your friend. Like, not like in a competitive way, but that's how women's lizard brain supposedly sees it. So because they're the weaker sex or whatever and can't like fight it out and can't like, you know, cockfight for the attention of men, they have to do these insidious weird things, or they learn to as a coping mechanism for insecurity to do these things to other women. And as someone who has had a lot of male friends, is a pick-me, is conventionally attractive and worked in the modeling industry, you know, had success in her life in certain ways, it's always been a thing that I've been drawn to, is people acting this way to me. And it's so crappy. I have told you so many different stories in my life. There was one in middle school where my friend just like super looked up to me, and then I found out she was talking behind my back trying to steal my boyfriend. And it's like crazy because when you're in the presence of the person, they're so convincing that they love you and that they adore you and they say nice things about you. But the minute you're gone, those things turn into like backhanded compliments or like literally actually tearing you down and saying the opposite that they said to your face. So I really think, since my audience is predominantly male, if you guys have never really understood what I say when I say these kinds of things, that this is how women compete, like you should watch White Lotus season 3 and let me know what you think. I'm really enjoying it because in the beginning there's like a foreshadowing of something and we don't know where that foreshadowing event came from, and you're trying to get bits and pieces of different things, and there's like different depravities of the human condition, and it's quite interesting. I really like this season even better than season 2. So I recommend it if you guys just want to chill and watch good cinematography and watch something interesting unfold and it not be as brain dead as reality television, which I cannot even stomach. I can't do it. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. Even if it was reality, I don't want to watch that shit. I feel like that kind of shit really puts your mind and your mood in the gutter, at least for me. It's the same as watching news for me. It's just not good for the psyche, for the emotions or whatever. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna let you guys go. I think it'll be nice to post this directly after my Girls Girl video. So if you haven't watched that one, go watch it. You get to see me in my cute glasses, and I will talk to you in the next one. And as for like how I am not like that with girls, I don't feel threatened threatened by women often. I think the least fear I've ever had is whether or not my man is gonna cheat on me or leave me for another girl. I don't know if that's because I have high confidence or because I have that kink where I kind of think it's hot for my man to fuck other women or what it is, but I genuinely, when I have a nice interaction with other women or when other women are kind of like flirty with me or cute with me, I genuinely feel like happy and more like a protector role, and like I just want the person to be happy. So I always try to give good vibes out in the world while also guarding myself, and I think in the past my guarding has come off as a little negative because I'm more honest on my channel, but I'm never trying to directly target women. I'm just trying to air my grievances, and sometimes my grievances have been unfairly founded because of how hurt I've been in the circumstances in the past, if that makes sense. You know, like I think I'm coming around to being a lot more objective about it and a lot less like fuck women, like men are the best type thing, even though I still in my heart feel that. I'm more interested in my role in it as well. And I'm actually gonna film a video right after this about taking as much responsibility as you possibly can in life. So that might be interesting if you guys wanna watch that. It'll be out probably, I don't know. I have another video that's going out. It'll be out soon at some point. I don't know. I'm like pre-recording things whenever I feel a genuine sense of oomph for a video, trying to make it more passionate than like, oh, I gotta pump out videos on a certain topic. So hope you guys liked my dress. Here's a moment for the dress because I really do like these dresses with these backs. They're so pretty. I have two of them and they fit me so much nicer now that I've lost the weight, and you can see my little ab etchings and the titties are so nice in them now. I love it. Let me know what you think of the beachy hair. I have a subscription to Dry Bar that I've been very, very rarely using because I don't really go out or anything, but today's the day. Today's the day to look cute and do something for myself. You should do something for yourselves too. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Hope this makes sense, and I'll see you in the next one. Woo!